They're going to send Nani off. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Felt, it's a great take. The goalkeeper's committed himself and then brings down Sean Felt. This is trouble.
No.
Ooh. Reviewable for possible red.
Absolutely.
So Huan comes down the right flank. He thinks he's going to start a counterattack, and he gets fouled by Gary Mackay-Steven. Does Gary get up easily? No, he pushes off of Huan to get up, and Huan retaliates by kicking out. Alan Chapman gives him a direct red card for violent conduct. Felipe, do you agree with this interpretation?
I think Juan is putting a Felipe show to be on instant replay, and it's a second time he's there. Red card, I think, is the right call because he made an unnecessary kick, and that's a red card.
Sasha, I got to get your take on Mauricio Pereira's horror tackle here. Is this just further proof that number 10s just ought not slide tackle?
There are few number 10s who can make a good tackle. This tackle actually reminds me of one that I had against Jamiro Montero in Philadelphia, for Philadelphia when I was in Orlando last year. I thought I could make a play on the ball, and he was just way quicker than me, and I was late. I think Mauricio Pereira thinks he can make a play on the ball there. Knowing him as a player, he's not a dirty guy. He's a fair player, and he plays hard. I think he tried to make a play on the ball and was just not fast enough and was too late, and it's a clear red card.
So San Jose's Tommy Thompson receives the ball in the penalty area when the ball pops up in the air. Ja'Cory Hayes seems to handle the ball. Penalty, right? Jair Marufo doesn't point to the spot, but hold on a second. In comes VAR to signal to Marufo to take a second look.
Is the ball going to the hand? Playing at real speed.
Real speed.
Penalty.
Good.
After video review, a PK was called. In my opinion, they got this one right. Hayes' arm was in an extended position away from his body when the ball made contact with his arm. This one is clear cut for me. Pen.
Midweek, Orlando Crew, Nani and Artur converging on a 50-50 ball. Nani lunges in, red card. No red card, says the independent review panel, which then allows the Orlando DP to suit up on decision day. And I just disagree. I fully acknowledge you can make a case that is a yellow card, not enough force, etc. But here is how I see it and why I have no issue with red. Nani doesn't win this ball. He, at the very least, makes a reckless, lunging tackle. Artur gets the touch, that touch takes it off Nani's foot, and Nani, in getting the touch, is diving in, leaving his feet, and making flush contact above the ankle from the side with his studs. It's not a violent follow-through, and you might ho-hum that force, but for me, it's more than enough to carry him through the Crew player. That, to me, endangers the safety of Artur and qualifies, in my opinion, as excessive force and serious foul play. If Nani is lower with this one, maybe at the foot, yes, yellow card. If he doesn't follow through the leg, okay, yes, yellow card. He doesn't do either of those things, and Artur is just fortunate he jumped.
Watching the play, it was a reckless challenge, but not with excessive force or intent to injure. Nani made contact with the ball first, and then the follow-through caught Arthur's foot/ankle, causing him to go down. Orlando City were winning the game 1-0 at the time. This was not a challenge made out of frustration or anger. He was trying to stop a counterattack and acted quickly. Yes, I think they got it right rescinding the red card and allowing Nani to play. Ezekiel Barco is fouled on the goal line by Michael Vanderwerf. Referee Victor Rivas points to the spot. Pity Martinez is ready to step up and take the pen. But wait! VAR then steps in and recommends review for possible offside on Barco. Was it a foul? Was it offside? Both good decisions? In my opinion, both good decisions. Yes, it was a foul. Vanderwerf clips Barco with no contact on the ball, and yes, the play was offside. When Barco plays on the ball, Fernando Meza is in an offside position with his right foot just behind Cincy's last defender, Kendall Waston. Right call, play on. Things get worse for Atlanta in injury time when substitute J.J. Williams gets tangled up with Kendall Waston in the box while jostling for position. After video review, the referee issues a straight red card for violent conduct for the kickout on Waston. It's clear and obvious he purposely sends his boot into Waston's right leg, not allowing the game. VAR says red, and it's red.
What did you guys think of the Jonathan Osorio kickout on Alex Mawil? Referee Robert Sabiga called the foul. Yes, he did. He blew the whistle, but then no caution. Juan got sent off for the same thing. Should Osorio have been off, Charlie?
Yes. A kick out is a kick out, no matter if it's the lightest of kickouts or the meanest of kickouts. And in this case, he reacts, he retaliates, and Alex Muyl makes a meal of it. He embellishes the contact, but it is a red card. Once you cross the line and you try to kick out at a player, it's a red card. So for me, they missed this one.
That red card is as red as their jersey. You know, it's nothing you can even talk about. And we should have his teammates on the show to make his opinion as well. Red card all day.
Look, I'm in between here, guys. I understand the red, and in my mind, I would say it is probably a red card. But you see Mike McGee on Twitter on screen making the argument here about how it was silly and it was top of the boot and it didn't have excessive force. And I think that's where you can have the distinction. You have to ask yourself, is this excessive force and is it brutality? If it is those things, it is violent conduct. I didn't initially see the bottom of the boot, but as I watch it on replay, as I talk to you guys, I think he does catch him with the bottom of the boot.
Okay.
So as much as I want to argue that this is not a red card, should have been a yellow, certainly should have had something come out of the pockets, I think you're right. This should have been a red card. Nashville should have been up a man. In the end, it didn't matter. They got the job done.
In the 84th minute, Salt Lake went down a man after Marcelo Silva's late tackle on Jackson Ewell. There's no arguing this one. This is an ugly tackle. It's an obvious red card for serious foul play. Silva lunges, studs up, late with excessive force to Ewell's leg. He gone.
Roman Metnier it is. This time a red card to the Loons defender in the 82nd minute for this tackle on Andres Riquarte. Referee Alex Chilowitz goes straight to the back pocket. Do you agree with that decision, Charlie?
In my opinion, this should have been a yellow card offense. Both players were attempting to play the ball and coming in with the same force. The law states, serious foul play is a tackle that endangers the safety of an opponent or uses excessive force or brutality. For me, this is a reckless challenge. When the player acts with disregard to the danger to or consequences for an opponent and must be cautioned.
That's going to be a big nah from me, Charlie. That's a red card. I don't know how you see it otherwise. It is not the same force because Riquarte is coming in to play the ball. Watch him track the ball, kick it with his laces, and clear it away. Oh, now take 2 beats and watch Roman Metnier come in with 2 studs right into his legs. That endangers his safety. That's excessive force.
It's early in the match. It's 0-0, and Montero takes a long touch that gets away from him that invites Joe Zhao to engage. But Montero is quick enough to beat the onrushing Zhao. Referee Guido Gonzalez had initially shown Zhao a yellow, but after taking multiple looks at this Weeby, this is a red card due to the fact that he is late, lunges with his studs exposed, and he could seriously injure a player. This tackle endangers the safety of Montero.
Yeah, what you said. Red card for me as well.
Enter the discovery phase of a new case in Atlanta. With Orlando up 3-1 in search of their first win against their rivals, Antonio Carlos goes for the acrobatic clearance. His foot seems to catch Brooks Lennon after the clearance. Nima Sagafi could have called a penalty. He could have shown a red. He did neither, despite going to the monitor for video review. Is that the right call, Weeby?
All right. First of all, shout out to Brooks Lennon here. That is not glancing contact, people. You can see the cleat marks on the man's neck. Yes, Antonio Carlos wins the ball, but that's largely because no sane person would stick their head in there with his boot there. Lennon, a sane person, pulls out of the challenge. To me, this is what the laws would call, quote, playing in a dangerous manner, but it's not exactly cut and dry. Carlos clearly wins the ball, and he clears it. So can this be a penalty? It can, and I'd have called it on review. That's a foul, folks, even with the preceding clearance. Now, is it a red card too? Nah, not for me. I don't think that's excessive force.
Weeby, the dude does not abide. There is no way that is a pen. There's no way that is a red card. Antonio Carlos has his eyes on the ball. He makes clear contact and clears away the danger. Sure, was his boot high? Yes. Did Brooks Lennon see it coming? Yes. And unfortunately, his head did make contact with his boot. No foul, no red, play on.
This time it was Mark Anthony KC in red in the 53rd minute for this rugged challenge on Julian Araujo. Charlie, when you watch this, it is clear that K got the red missed, but did his tackle require ejection?
In my opinion, Alan Chapman and his crew got this right. A frustrated Mark Anthony K following a bad pass crushed Julian Araujo. any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side, or from behind using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of an opponent is guilty of serious foul play. This tackle is serious foul play.
Impact's Rudy Camacho lost his mind with the Canadian Championship on the line. 36th minute of a scoreless game, Camacho is mad. Big mad because this challenge by the Caps' Christian Dahomey goes unpunished. Along comes Freddie Montero to expertly wind up the Frenchman and knee punch! I repeat, knee punch! So yeah, that's a red card for violent conduct, but hold on. It's also a penalty kick because it happened inside the 18-yard box. Double jeopardy. But Charlie, did referee Drew Fisher do Camacho just a little bit dirty? Should that play have been whistled dead for the foul on Dahomey, thereby preventing the knee punch and the PK?
Weeby, it's a blatant red card. It's retaliation. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. They got this one right.
Sure, they got that part right. No matter what happens on that call, if Rudy Camacho goes knee punching, he goes off. But that was a foul on Christian Dahomey, man. There might have been a lot of consternation saved if Fisher just would have blown the whistle.
Hosting FC Cincinnati. It's the 12th minute and Minnesota are pressing. They create a turnover and Chase Gasper beats Matthew Delplan to the ball inside the box, but gets absolutely crunched. No foul. Play on. But fourth official, Alan Kelly, suggests for Marcos de Oliveira to take a second look. He comes back and he changes the call. PK! Weeby, is this just?
Oh, justice. So few ever see it, and let me just say that Chase Gasper did not see it here. That's clearly a penalty. Let's not waste another second discussing that aspect of this play, other than to say it should have been caught live. Let's talk about an ejection. Is this a red card? Yes! Yes, it is, in my opinion. That's serious foul play from Duplan. Late, straight leg, studs into ankle/shin. I was shocked Gasper walked away from that one. It's serious foul play. I think the Cincy defender should have been sent off.
Now on to the 74th minute where Ramon Metanire plays the ball directly into the feet of Aaron Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld takes a well-placed touch out in front of him to run in on goal. Sporting KC's goalkeeper, Tim Melia, comes out late and takes him down. Even though Schoenfeld's touch is taking him away from goal and SKC has defenders racing towards goal, Tim Melia prevented an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. If we pause the video right here, you can see that if Melia doesn't foul Schoenfeld, he has an open net, and to me, that is a red card for Dogso. It is the letter of the law, which results in a straight red. It's the 35th minute when Felipe challenges the Impact's Wanyama for the ball. Felipe misses the ball, and his studs go right into Wanyama's upper leg. He only sees yellow, but did he deserve a straight red for foul play? In my opinion, yes. Felipe comes in exceptionally late and only catches Victor Wanyama's groin. He comes in with excessive force and endangers Wanyama's safety. Serious foul play is a foul committed using excessive force. In my opinion, this is a straight red card. The disciplinary committee reviewed this play and decided to suspend DC's Felipe for one match.
Red card to NYCFC's Maxime Chanot barely 2 minutes into their first MLS game of the season. It's the fastest opening day red in MLS history.
Dogso, redso. Good call from referee Rami Touchon. You see the clip of the heels, yeah, right there on Lucas Zelarian, who is in on goal alone if that clip doesn't happen. That is an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, and it was denied by, in what my opinion, is a clear foul. See ya, Maxime. Rest up for CCL, my man. How about this Sam Piet challenge on Paul Areola, who's just coming back from injury? Yellow was the call on the field, but video review produced a red, Charlie.
It is a straight red. His studs are exposed, and his leg is extended straight into Paul Areola's upper leg. This type of challenge could have seriously injured the player.
All right, Charlie, let's get 2020 started with a little dog-so, not quite red-so. Quick rule check here for the people at home. Can goalkeepers use their hands outside the box?
Nah.
And yet, here is Nashville goalkeeper Joe Willis roaming all the way to midfield, then rising up for a two-handed block on Atlanta United's Ezekiel Barco. What say you, Charlie? Did Willis deny Barco an obvious goal-scoring opportunity?
It was not obvious. The distance from the goal, the numbers that were getting in behind Willis makes the ref's decision easy. Yes, it's irritating, especially for all the Atlanta fans that are there, but it's not a red card.
Yeah, it's irritating. And live, I was hooting and hollering with them for the red. Back, 53rd minute, Raul Ruiz sees this ball in behind, and he thinks, ooh, I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to get a little bump on Michael Boxall. And Boxall goes down, and no whistle is called, and Ruiz does what he does, which is score. Only it gets flagged by the video assistant referee. Elfath goes to the screen, and he says, oh, yeah, I missed a foul there. That's clear and obvious, and he brings it back. Was it clear and obvious to you, Charlie, he of the striker tricks?
Clear and obvious, Andrew. And all of us strikers love to get a little nudge on center backs to put them off just a bit so we get that advantage. In this case, Ruiz bumped him a little too hard, and Michael Boxall made a meal of it, as all center backs should and do. And so, therefore, VAR got the call right.
There was just a little bit of center back shade in there, and I appreciate that from you, Charlie, and you're dead on this one. Boxall's going to win that header. He's looking back for it. Ruiz knows what he's doing. He goes in there. He bumps him. He fouls him. That should be called back, and it was.
Rapids defender Danny Wilson in the spotlight. In the 57th minute, the ball is played over the top behind the Rapids back line. Sporting Kansas City's Kyrie Shelton does a good job of using his body to put himself between the ball and Wilson as he races onto goal. Wilson wraps both hands around Shelton to prevent him from going in on goal, as he is the last line of defense. Initially, referee David Gantar issued a yellow card, but after using VAR, the decision was changed to a straight red. It is clear to me that Colorado's Wilson was the last defender and fouled Shelton by pulling him down. It was denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity with Shelton racing in behind. In my opinion,